and we had plenty of daylight, so we just kind of backed off. And what we did was we set the cameraman up. The cameraman was Heath Painter on that trip. We set him up, and basically we just draped this big camouflage sheet over him, and he cut a hole in it for the lens. And then I moved ahead of him about 20 yards, and we just watched and listened. And it was probably only about 20 minutes, and I'll never forget it. I heard splash, splash, splash. You could just tell it was the bear. He was coming. And sure enough, I looked to my left, and there he is. And then he just all of a sudden just stands up on his hind legs, and he looks. He looks right into the camera, which a lot of people that see the hunt, they think he's looking at me, but I'm ahead of the camera. So the bear is actually looking at the camera. The sheer size and just majestic look of an Alaskan brown bear puts your heart in your throat. And when you're a bow hunter with bow in hand and you've got a tag, and that could be your bear, you know, that's when things get serious. And that's when the time is now to get it done.
Good hit, Tom. Look at my arrow in the blood. Look at all the foam. Lunged him.
On the video, as he turns to bite himself on the other side, you can see the arrow sticking out of the back side of him. And then he turned, he looked right at me, or right towards the camera, and then he dropped down on all fours and ran off in the brush. 200 yards later, I had my brown bear, and I'll never forget it. It was the first bear that Dennis Zadra had guided with a bow. And when we finally saw the bear laying in the brush, I'll never forget it. He turned to me and he goes, "I don't believe it, Miranda. Brown bear with a bow."
I don't believe it, Miranda. Brown bear with a bow. You are a lucky man.
All right. Oh, Dennis, he looks huge. Oh, wow. Archery close to an Alaskan brown bear, 32 yards. We can hear him coming through the water, and I am nervous, big time. All of a sudden, he stands up on his hind legs, looking our way. Goes back on all fours, shakes off the water, and he starts to work in. I go to full draw, and I'll tell you what, I am so nervous. This bear is huge. Look at the claws. He's got an 8-inch pad, 3.5-inch claws. And look at the head. Big hump, huge head. Look at the teeth, I can hardly lift him. Perfect shot. He goes 200 yards in thick stuff, but left a good trail. I have hunted all over the world, and I have done some neat hunts, but getting inside this big boy's comfort zone, way inside my comfort zone, incredible.
I guess the moral to the story was we finally got back to camp, and it still hadn't quit raining, but we got a little break in the weather. And I told Dennis, I said, "I got a satellite phone, let's order a pizza." And we did. We ordered a pepperoni pizza, actually 2 of them. That's a sin now to think about it. But we had them flown in a float plane, and we had pizza that night in camp for getting my Alaskan brown bear. It was an awesome hunt.